Alright, so here's a short little video of installing a HotCams Stage 1 camshaft into a XR650L. If you guys want a more detailed video on like the removal of the original camshaft, drop a comment or something and I'll see if I can make that happen. But as you can see, the new camshaft is already in, but I ran into a few things as I was going along, and maybe this will help out some other amateur mechanics, garage mechanics like myself. So before you put it in, before you put in a new camshaft, you want to go here to the left side of the bike, or left side of the engine, and I don't know if that'll show up, but there's two little markings in there on the flywheel. It doesn't want to focus. There's two little markings in there on the flywheel, and you want to make sure those are lined up with these notches right here. Make sure it's right in the middle. You can do that by taking a 17mm bolt on this guy right here and rotating it counterclockwise until, where is it? Until these two notches are lined up center in the middle of that line right there. While you're doing that, since you've already taken out the original camshaft, you want to make sure you're keeping tension on the cam chain. You don't want it to get jammed up in the bottom of the crankcase there. Let's see what else. So, this is one of the things I ran into when I was removing. This is your original camshaft here, and you'll notice here on my thumb is this is the decompression mechanism. There's a bunch of different little rings and gears and things on there. When I actually ended up taking this to the shop because I wasn't completely sure what I was doing, but in your where's that paper? Here it is. In your HotCams box, there's a couple special instructions. You'll have new valve clearances on your intake and exhaust, so remember to adjust those before you go out riding. But it says that the gear holders and decompression mechanisms aren't used, and also removing the plunger and spring from the cylinder head. So if you'll notice between the old camshaft here and the new one, the new camshaft does not have any of those decompression mechanisms. So that was something I thought I had to take off, but as it turns out, the new camshaft won't be using those anyway. And under here, I don't know if I would see it. There's, you want to focus? That little hole right there. It's the plunger and the spring, according to the manual. So this piece comes out as well. This won't be used with the new camshaft. What else? On the reinstall, the manual calls. I have the service manual here as well. It calls for some molybdenum paste. Let's see. I have some official molybdenum, however you say it, paste here. Very official, super high quality stuff. So that goes here underneath the camshaft, where the middle of it sits. On the two bearings, you want the bearings only fit on each side, but the closed side is supposed to be facing outward on the sprocket side, and here on the other side it's just an open bearing on both sides, and that calls for put some engine oil. I put some on the camshaft first on this thing right here before putting the bearing on, and then put some additional motor oil on the outside of the bearing. So before you dropped it in, again, just double check that your timing marks are lined up on the side, as mentioned in the beginning of the video. And then on your sprocket here, there's, are you gonna focus? There you go. Oh, no, come on. You know you want to. There it is. These two lines here, this is one of the dowel pins. You want to make sure that you have some index markers here. Come on, focus. You want to make sure it's lined up there and there, flush and level with the cylinder head. And you also have another index marker here that should be pointing straight up, and then after that's all lined up and you put the chain back on, still making sure that your notches on the left side of the flywheel are lined up. Put your cam chain on there, and then slide it onto the camshaft. When you put the camshaft in, you'll make sure that the lobes are facing downward. Yeah, just make sure they're facing down. After you've done that, and everything's still lined up here on your cam chain sprocket and on the flywheel side, you have these two bolts here that connect the cam chain sprocket to the actual camshaft, and you want to take some Loctite, and be careful when you're gonna multiple times in the manual it says be careful not to drop anything into the crankcase, because then you'll be taking more stuff apart than you wanted to. So you'll install these with some Loctite, and the manual calls for 20 foot-pounds of torque to put when you put these guys back in. After that, I think it's probably mostly done. I'm going to install a new gasket before I put the cylinder head cover back on, just because I think it could stand to be replaced. But as far as I know, I think that's it. I'm going to take this to the shop tomorrow to make sure I've done this right, as I've never done it before, and then hopefully I'll be able to brap faster with this new camshaft. So I hope this video helped. If you guys have any questions or want me to make like a full removal of the original camshaft and install a new one, I might want to do that. Other than that, good luck guys, and consult your service manual for any questions, or just take it to a shop if you have money or think you aren't able to do this on your own. So hope it helped, and we'll check in later.